Hi, this is Toshi.
This is Arve from AUDREY HORNE.
And you're watching Guitar Mania channel.
AUDREY HORNE, welcome back to Vienna.
Thank you.
Second time this year.
Yeah.
With this time with a new album. Pure Heavy.
Pure Heavy, man.
How have been the reactions from the fans so far?
It's been really good, I think. Seems like they enjoy the songs when we play them live, and the reviews have been good. So, yeah.
Excellent. And you've been on tour now for it's almost over, the European leg of the tour.
Yeah, it's almost over now.
And you played in Ludwigsburg last night. How was that?
That was great. Yeah, it was intense. The last shows have been really like Ludwigsburg, and the day before we played Berlin. Yeah. And so these shows it's very intense. So at both shows I sort of had to try to tell people not to be a bit easy in the front, because the photographers were there, and I saw one of them, like, he got pushed and smashed his camera into my monitor, so I had to tell them to this is expensive stuff, be careful.
Calm down.
Let's talk a bit about the recording for Pure Heavy, and how long did you guys take you to record the album? How long did you actually stay in the studio for that one?
We did it all in 10 days actually, so that's, I think, the fastest we have done any album by far.
That's impressive. I mean, 10 days is really not much if you think other bands stay 3 years in the studio. But how much did you prepare the songs? How much was the pre-production? Well,
we record them live, so we track everything live, and then we just, because all the amps are boxed in, so you can go in and fix like major fuck-ups. Some of the smaller fuck-ups we just keep, because it makes the whole thing vibrate a bit more. But when we do it that way, it goes a lot faster than you do if you do it instrument by instrument, of course. But we write the songs basically so they are ready as live songs, and we rehearse them. So when we go into the studio, we know the songs well, but we always leave like one door open, to change the possibility to change parts of the song or arrangement or stuff, because sometimes the producer comes up with an idea that, oh yeah, that's a good idea, we should try that. So so we are pretty well prepared when we go into studio.
I mean, last time you played in Vienna, there were already songs that you played live already, and that you tested live. So presumably you're pretty advanced by the time you get to the studio and into the studio to record it. Do you do any pre-production demos or something?
No, just we did some like live in the rehearsal room, just to send to the producer, and so he could hear the songs and like start to get focused and stuff. But not more than that. We don't go in and like do production stuff.
Okay.
We used to do that.
Yeah, we used to do that, but we haven't done that much lately.
I think it's good, like you say, leave a door open on the songs, so for like both get ideas from the producer and also be kind of spontaneous in the studio, because then suddenly like stuff comes up that you wouldn't think of.
And you all record together at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the same room?
Yeah. Well, except me, I'm in the room next, because they can't box in my microphone.
Because of the vocals.
Then you had to box in my head, which could be cool, but it would be hard. It would be pretty hot, I think. No,
you can see you still.
Yeah. No, I'm in the room next to them, but like this window, so I see them. So it's kind of like being in the same room, but I'm not allowed into the sacred room where the real musicians are, you know. I'm left outside in the cold.
How does songwriting work with Audrey Horne? Who is contributing what? Is someone taking the initiative? How does that work?
We all like comes up with ideas for the songs and the albums. So especially on the last two, I mean, everybody's been contributing with riffs and ideas, and we put the arrangements together in the rehearsal room. So yeah.
Yeah, these days we write everything together. But of course it's like the starting point, or the initial idea for a song is usually him or Thomas or Espen, because they have the instruments to sort of
presumably come up with the riff. And look to you any ideas what you could sing over that, or does that work that way? And then you also come up with the lyrics, presumably, or
the lyrics. I always write the lyrics sort of as the last thing for the song is the lyrics, because when I write the melody lines, I just sing whatever comes into my head. So I do that for actually a long time, sometimes too long, before I sit down and you know, finish a lyric. But the cool thing about doing it that way is that when you just sing stuff, there's always something that sticks. There's always a sentence or a word that sticks and sort of says, hey, I need to be here. And very often I use that as a sort of a starting point to write the lyrics.
Let us briefly turn to how you recorded the guitars for the new album. What equipment did you use, and how did you go about it? Which amp settings?
What did I use? We brought in a lot of amps and tested out a lot of different stuff. But what I ended up using, I think, was an old Marshall combo. That's actually we borrowed from our sound guy. And I think I took that through a PV cabinet, and then it's just basically straight into the guitar, and I use a Ibanez tube screamer for like boosting the solos.
For the solos.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty basic setup actually. A very traditional one too, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but that was the sound that like felt right all together. This point.
And is this also the setup that you would be using live?
Live now I use only PV actually.
Okay.
Or PV and a Marshall cab. So the other way around then. But yeah, it's mostly PV or Marshall we use.
We wanted to talk about the childhood memories today, about the bad ones that turned you into what you are today.
Are you ready to talk about this?
No, I'm not.
So it's up to me, right?
Yeah.
Well, the childhood memories that made us what we are today is basically Kiss. It is. You know, we grew up with the whole...
And that's the dark ones, you mean?
No,
dark
that's my
memories.
father. Yeah, let's not go there. No, Kiss was, I think for
me, I mean, when I first found out I wanted to be a musician or play in a band, it was when a friend of mine came over and with like this videotape of this new band we hadn't heard or seen, and it was like his Animalize tour, and when I watched that I was like, whoa, that's what I want to do.
That's what made you pick up the guitar?
Yeah, that, and I guess Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water was the first riff I learned before I even owned the guitar.
Toshi, do you play an instrument?
I play a guitar badly. So no, I can play guitar just for myself to like come up with ideas for songs and stuff, but I wouldn't go on stage next to these guys and play the guitar. That would be kind of embarrassing.
They're a great team. I mean, the string section is just amazing, and the way you you double team and sort of divide. Is there when you write the songs, do you think, okay, I'm always playing that and Thomas is playing that, or does that come naturally? And so in terms of dividing who's playing what, the doubling lines or stuff?
Actually, it comes pretty natural. I mean, for the first, we come from like the same musical background. I mean, we like the same guitar players, the same bands and stuff. So. So we're already on the same page there, but in the rehearsal room as well, we never like argue or anything. That no, I want to play that, you do that, or blah blah blah. And so we kind of try to work together. So if Thomas comes up with a line, maybe I can say, okay, what if I double that, or what if I don't, or and the other way around. Yeah, so it's, I don't know, whoever takes the initiative to play something or play a solo or everything.
How many months a year are you on tour?
Not that many, really.
How many weeks? And then the question would be, what are you guys doing when you're not being on tour or in the studio? I think you are also working as an illustrator, and you also tattoo.
Yeah, I'm a tattoo artist.
Tattoo artist. Is that something that you do on a regular basis?
Yeah. When we're not touring or we're not recording, then I work as a tattoo artist.
Okay. And that's because, I mean, it's very hard to make a living as a professional musician. Or
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
It's really because or else if he didn't have a job, he would just be drunk all the time. Isn't it?
What you say?
Yeah, but that's not a job, because you don't get paid to do that. If I did, but no, it's a job that I really love, and it's sort of it's a different way of expressing yourself. So it kind of fits with, I think, being a musician and a tattoo artist.
It's a nice combination,
draw.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good combination, because you get to express yourself in different ways, and also it kind of, one benefits the other. Like I've done artwork for the band, and I've like T-shirt designs and
so you did also the cover for the new album?
No, not the new one. Okay. I did the artwork for Youngblood, but
Youngblood,
yeah, not the new one.
Right.
The new one is done by a friend of ours. So. But and I made a lot of our merchandise designs, and and I do a lot of drawings for all kinds of shit that we do. Really, I try to document some of my most embarrassing moments through drawings. So, but it's good, because that way the band benefits from the drawing part, and also a lot of my lyrics have sort of themes that are inspired by tattoos, because tattooing is a very traditional expression, and it has its own language in many ways, because you got to say something about, like, a lot of tattoos are like the old school tattoos are sort of trying to say something about a person, and you can't really, you don't have 10 pages to do it. You just have like this one image, so they have a lot of symbols in it, and that comes back and are repeated over and over again, and a lot of stuff from there I have used as themes in lyrics, like pretty girls make graves, which is a very traditional thing from tattooing, and man's ruin, and a lot about the sea and sailors and stuff like that. So I used a lot of sort of the symbols and the language in tattooing for my lyrics, and of course the other way around. I do a lot of drawings that are inspired by rock and roll music in general. So I think one benefits the other in both directions.
What about you, Arve? Are you working as a musician full time, or do you teach, or?
Yeah, I do a bit of both actually. I own a studio together with a couple of other guys, so I record there for like other bands and artists. And I also teach some music production, and I also play in another band and tour with that band. So.
I mean, how's the music scene back in Norway? I mean, you have a very fertile ground for music, don't you? I mean, would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. It's and you know, where we come from Bergen is actually a really good place for a musician, because it's like kind of like, it's a city, but it's not that big, so it's not like a village where everyone knows everyone, but it's a city where, as musicians, we all know of each other, if not necessarily know each other, and so we have a lot of friends that are in pop bands, that are in like singer-songwriters, that are black metal, that are, you know, jazz, country, whatever, you know, and so the city is small enough that people don't, like, they don't go with their own wolf pack all the time, so people mix a lot there. So you hang out with people who makes completely different sort of music than yourself, which is good for inspirations, because if you only learn one language, it's, you know, then you're limited to that language. But when you learn a lot of languages within music, then you get a better understanding of music in general, which I think makes people make more interesting music often.
Yeah. What can we expect from AUDREY HORNE in the future? Do you any plans for live album, or?
We're gonna make a musical next, which which will be, no, we're not. But
it's a good one.
But no, we actually were talking about making a live DVD. And we actually were going to do it because we did a big show in our hometown not too long ago, but for some reason there was a misunderstanding with the production team, and so it didn't happen. But that's one of our plans, because we are very much a live band. So and you know, I think we make good albums, but it would be cool to
capture the energy.
Yeah, capture the energy, and so that people, you know, because there's always like. There's always people contacting us and say, why don't you come to Greece to play, and it's not always easy to just go there, because like if 3 guys in Greece really wants to see us, it for all we know those are the only 3 guys in Greece that want to see us, you know, so you can't just go anywhere and play, because it's also a matter of costs, you know, because it costs money to travel around. So it would be cool, you know, for people who haven't seen us live, you know, you can buy a DVD and then you can see it, and at one point we might come and play actually live, but until then a DVD would probably be a cool thing. And then we're gonna tour more
start writing a new album.
Yeah,
again.
Have you already started writing riffs, Arve?
A few, but we haven't tested anything yet. We've been so bit busy, like with rehearsing the new songs and playing live.
Yeah, excellent.
So, but we will start, I think, first in the new year.
Yeah.
So.
New year.
Yeah, because we have a lot of like he's got ideas, Thomas got ideas, Espen has ideas, so so we just have to get back into the ring and start writing material as fast as possible.
Final message for our viewers.
Don't get your hopes up for the musical just yet, but no, come and see us live, and check out our new album if you don't have that, and yeah, basically enjoy life.
No, it's great that you're playing again tonight. Looking forward to the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to it too. So, and thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi, this is Toshi.
This is Arve from Audrey Horne, and you're watching Guitar.
I was going to say with the Guitar Mania channel.
We do it again. Never mind.
Hi, this is Toshi.
This is Arve from Audrey Horne.
You're watching Guitar Mania channel.